discussion of propagation of TE wave in the rectangular waveguides. So when I talk about the TE wave in the rectangular waveguide, we know that when I talk about the TE wave is nothing but the, I can say, whereas my electric field is a 0 and magnetic field does exist. Okay, so I have a HZ component which is non-zero and I have a EZ component which is 0 because my electric field is transverse to the direction of the propagation. So here if I'm talking about the propagation of TE wave, I need to consider only HZ component, which is nothing but the minus omega square mu epsilon h of z. Again we are going to write in this form dy square plus d square dz square hz, which is nothing but the minus omega square mu epsilon hz. So if I'm putting hz is nothing but the, I can say, we know that the second operator d square dz square is nothing but the gamma square. So put that values here, d square hz dx square plus d square hz dy square plus gamma square, I can say hz plus omega square mu epsilon hz is equal to 0. So if you take here hz common, this comes a gamma square plus omega square mu epsilon, and we know that this is nothing but the one of the constant which we have defined earlier, that is h square is nothing but the gamma square plus omega square mu epsilon. Now let us put all that values over there. So I can write here this particular constant which is nothing but the del square hz dx square plus del square hz dy square plus h square hz, which is equal to 0. Now if you do recall, this is a partial differential equation. Now we are going to assume some of the things. So this is a partial differential equation. We'll solve it by separation of variable method. So we are going to assume hz is equal to xy. Now whereas x is pure function of x only, then I can understand my y is the pure function of y only. So you just put all these values which we have seen. So you can write this equation, hz is xy, so d square hz, I just put xy, dx square plus d square checks dy square plus h square x y. ठीक है, so हम लोगों ने ये पुट किया. मैं dividing throughout this equation, divide the complete equation with the xy, I'll get 1 by x d square x dx square plus 1 by y d square y dy square. Then I can write plus h square is equal to 0. Now this is the same equation which we have got previously for our TM wave also. Okay? As these are the pure functions of x and y, you can do one thing. You can put 1 by x d square x dx square is equal to minus b square. You can put 1 by y d square y dy square is equal to minus a square. Now here this minus b square and minus a square are constants. Okay? So if you're going to put all these things in the equation, this will become minus b square minus a square plus h square is equal to 0. Otherwise you can write h square is equal to a square plus b square. Now you solve this complete equation with a separation of variable method. So you can put here, just put x and y के लिए, solving x and y by separation of variable method. So if you put this separation of variable method here, x is equal to c1 cos of bx plus c2 sine of bx, then y is equal to c3 cos of ay plus c4 sine of ay, and hz is nothing but the xy. ठीक है. So I can write hz is equal to c1 cos of bx plus c2 sin of bx. This is my x, and then y is c3 cos of ay plus c4 sin of ay. So again here I am putting same thing, c1, c2, c3 and c4. These are nothing but the constant. Now these constants can be evaluated by putting the boundary conditions. So here we'll see that whatever waves we are assuming, that are nothing but the TE waves. So what will be the boundary conditions in this TE wave? So we'll solve each and every boundary condition. So whenever I'm talking about the TE wave, ठीक है, so here EZ is equal to 0. ठीक है, आपका TE वेव के लिए क्या होता है? For TE wave EZ is equal to 0, but we have components along x and y direction. ठीक है, so let us talk about each and every I can say boundary condition over here. So I'm just drawing my rectangular waveguide through which my wave is passing. So if this is the rectangular waveguide, then I need to assume the 4 boundaries. The first boundary is nothing but the bottom. Here I'm going to talk second boundary is nothing but the top wala condition. This is your direction of z. This will be x and this will be y. So this varies from 0 to a, this varies from 0 to b. ठीक है, so if your wave is TE wave, your EX will be 0. ठीक है, when it will be 0, it will be to the all along bottom and top walls of the waveguide. ठीक है, EX 0 होगा, लेकिन कहाँ पे होगा? Your EX will be 0 for which condition? Your EX will be 0 for upper and bottom. So here your EX will be 0 and at this bottom side also EX will be 0. ठीक है, now what about the EY? Your EY will be 0, but where? All along left and right walls of the waveguide. Now you do understand this very well. Your EX top bottom में 0 है, your EY 0 है, लेकिन वो left and right side में है. So here we are going for the first boundary condition. ठीक है, so first boundary condition. ठीक है, what happens in this first boundary condition? So I'm just again drawing to understand, to make you understand what kind of things will be there. So this is your waveguide. These are your boundary condition. So first boundary condition है आपका bottom का boundary condition. So this I can say first. This is second boundary condition. यहाँ पे आपका third boundary condition जो है वो ये वाला है और fourth boundary condition ये वाला. So what happens in the first boundary condition? This is x. This will be y. आपका breadth जो है वो a है, width b है. ठीक है, so in the first boundary condition Ex is equal to 0. ठीक है, जहाँ पे आपका y varies from, your y is equal to 0 and x varies from 0 to a, जो आपका bottom wall है, the first boundary condition. ठीक है, then in the second boundary condition, I'm just writing all the boundary conditions first and then I'm going to, is nothing but the top side of this one. So for the top side, again you are having Ex is equal to 0, whereas your y is equal to b, but your x is varying from 0 to a. ठीक है, x वेरी हो रहा है 0 से a तक, आपका y b है. ठीक है, व्हाट अबाउट द थर्ड बाउंड्री कंडीशन? ठीक है, सो यहाँ पे आपका जो थर्ड बाउंड्री कंडीशन है, विच इज नथिंग बट द, यू आर कंसिडरिंग द लेफ्ट साइड. ठीक है, सो लेफ्ट साइड में आपका EY इज इक्वल टू 0, योर x इज इक्वल टू 0 एंड y वेरीज फ्रॉम 0 to b. What about the right boundary condition now? Now here the right boundary condition will have EY is equal to 0. Your now if EY is equal to 0, यहाँ पे आपका right side पे x is equal to a and your y varies from 0 to b. ठीक है, so these are the 4 boundary conditions in which we are interested right now. So सब्स्टिट्यूटिंग फर्स्ट बाउंड्री कंडीशन, अगर आपका फर्स्ट बाउंड्री कंडीशन आपको पता है, ये Ex is equal to 0, Y is equal to 0, and this is nothing but the B. So what your equation will become now? See, we have already calculated. So I'm just writing it for the first boundary condition. So just first boundary condition. This wave is a TE wave. Okay. So if I have a TE wave, I can write my Ex component is equal to minus gamma by h square d of Ez dx minus j omega epsilon divided by h square d of hz divided by dy. So this is my, sorry, this must be the plus, I guess. So if Ex is this component and Ez is equal to 0, as this is the TE wave, I can say the Ez component will be 0. So which component will exist here? The first term here will automatically will become a 0. So I can go for the second wala term, which is nothing but the, I guess this is minus. So you can go for this term, which is nothing but the minus j omega mu divided by h square d by dy E z. Okay, we have got something for the Ez over here. Okay, so again putting all that values, I can write Ex is equal to minus j omega mu divided by h square. Just put d by dy. Your Ez is nothing but the, you have already calculated here something. This is d of hz. So put that value over there, which is nothing but the C1 cos of Bx plus C2 sine of Bx. Again, another term will be C3 cos of Ay plus C4 sine of Ay. Okay. So you can write Ex is equal to minus j omega mu by h square d by dy. जो भी x के टर्म है आप वैसे ही लिख दीजिए, C1 cos of Bx plus C2 sine of Bx. Then you can write here d of dy. So a of y का minus a C3 sine of Ay plus a C4 cos of Ay. As the differentiation is with respect to y, this term will only come into the picture. ठीक है. The first boundary condition tells me that this Ex is equal to 0 at the bottom side of the wall. So minus j omega mu divided by h square gives me C1 cos of Bx plus C2 sine of Bx. As I know that y is equal to 0, this term will be completely 0, as sine of 0 will be 0, but cos of 0 is not 0. So I need to put all these things. C4. अभी ये सिचुएशन में दो चीजें हो सकती है, या तो ये टर्म आपका 0 होगा या तो ये टर्म 0 होगा. ठीक है, सिंस your x is varying, no, so it will not be a 0. Cos of bx plus c2 sine of bx cannot be 0. A cannot be 0. ठीक है, and that's why your c4 will be 0. So if you put this condition, the final hz equation will become is equal to C1 cos Bx plus C2 sine of Bx into C3 cos of Ay. ठीक है, so this is your equation 1 by putting C4 is equal to 0. Then the second condition is not here, top and bottom first considering. So your third boundary condition, or I can say if I have taken this top wala condition as a second condition, I can say my second boundary condition will be okay. Sorry, here third boundary condition. So third boundary condition which I am assuming here is nothing but the my I guess left side. Okay. So if I'm taking my third boundary condition left side, Ey is equal to 0, x is equal to 0, and y tends to 0 to b. So in the third boundary condition, you put all that values, whereas Ey is equal to 0 at x is equal to 0, whereas your y varies from 0 to b. Now we know that Ey is equal to minus gamma by h square d of Ez divided by dy. plus j omega mu divided by h square d of hz divided by dx. Your wave is TE wave, that's why this complete Ez component will be 0 and this term will be 0. So you can write this term as a j omega mu by h square d of hz and a dx. Now I have got something here as a hz. So I can put that value over there. So Ey is equal to j omega mu by h square d of dx c1 cos of bx plus c2 sin of bx into C3 cos of AY. So this will be the complete term. So as the differentiation is with respect to x, मेरा y वाला जो term है वो वैसे का वैसे रहेगा, सिर्फ differentiation x के साथ होगा. But before doing that, I just put this x is equal to 0. Cos of 0 will be 1. So the C1 will come into picture and this sin of bx का जो भी derivation होगा आपका वो यहाँ पे sorry sin of bx this will be 0. So this term will be 0 and this will be 1. So finally I got Ey is equal to, which is nothing but the 0 j omega mu by h square. ये term आपका C1 ठीक है, sorry, if you take the differentiation of this one, I'll just take the differentiation, sorry, I need to take a minus b C1 sin of bx plus bc2 cos of bx into c3 cos of ay. ठीक है, सो अगर यहाँ पे 0 पुट करते हो तो ये 0 हो जाएगा और ये आपका bc2 आएगा. सो दिस टर्म विल बिकम 0 is equal to j omega mu by h square 0 plus bc2 c3 cos of ay. Now since I need this ex is 0, या तो आपका ये कांस्टेंट है, ये तो 0 नहीं हो सकता, फिर आपका ay भी 0 नहीं हो सकता, b भी 0. Since you don't have this cos of ay 0, you don't have b as a 0, you don't have a c3 as a 0, the only possibility is that your c2 will be 0. So substituting the value of c2, you will get a hz is equal to j, I can say in the equation 1 I'll put that value. So C1 C3 cos of bx and cos of ay. So I'll denote this equation as equation number 2. ठीक है, मैंने C2 is equal to 0 where I have put it that in the equation number 1. So I have got something as a equation number 2. Now I'll go for the second boundary condition. So my second boundary condition is nothing but the top side of that particular waveguide, whereas we know that ex is equal to 0, y is equal to b and x varies from 0 to a. ठीक है, and now ex component is equal to minus gamma by h square d of ez dx minus j omega mu divided by h square d of hz divided by dy. So this whole term will become a 0 over there. That is because this is the TE wave. So Ex is equal to minus j omega mu divided by h square d of hz. And I'll put the value of d of hz over there, which is nothing but the C1 C3 cos of bx and cos of ay. So if this is with respect to dy, I need to take the differentiation. So this will become cos का आपका minus sign होता है तो sign will get changed. ठीक है, and C1 C3 cos a will come out here, cos of bx sin of ay. Now I know that to the top and bottom ex component is 0, so something must be 0 in this equation. Now here if I am putting second boundary condition, I know that my y is b here, so I'll just put this b here because their x is varying. So putting that value here, 0 is equal to j omega mu by h square c1 c3 constant a cos of bx sin of ab. So to have a 0, at least something one value must be 0, but here cos of bx cannot be 0, c1 c3 cannot be 0. You can only assume that your sin of ab is equal to 0, or you can say your ab must be n pi, where n is 0 1 2 up to infinity. So you can find out a is equal to n pi by b. So I have got one constant, that is nothing but the a, which is nothing but the n pi by b, by putting the second boundary condition. Now the last boundary condition is nothing but the fourth boundary condition. So this fourth boundary condition is nothing but the left side of the wall. So your left side of the wall is having a ey is equal to 0, whereas x is equal to a, and your y varies from 0 to b. So I'm interested in the ey component, which comes minus gamma by h square d of ez dy plus j omega mu by h square d of hz divided by dx. So this complete term will become 0 as my wave is a TE wave. So this equation is only I need to find out for j omega mu by h square dHz dx. Now we are going to write down that equations which we have already derived, equation number 2. So this is d by dx, which is c1 c3 cos of bx and cos of ay. Okay. Now we know that Ez is equal to 0 and Hz is nothing but the C1, C3 cos of Bx cos of Ay. So if I'm interested in the Ay, my the equation will become this kind of thing. So again, I can write Ey is equal to j omega mu by h square, ठीक है, C1 C3 आपका cos का जो भी है वो साइन हो जाएगा, इसकी वजह से your sign gets changed here, minus and then cos of Ay. So I have got this value over here, ठीक है, which is nothing but the Ey. But Ey is equal to 0. So you can put here 0 is equal to minus j omega mu by h square C1 C3 sin of Bx and cos of Ay. ठीक है. Now कोई तो एक वैल्यू 0 होना चाहिए. Cos of Ay, because y varies, will not be 0. Your C1 and C3 will also not be a 0, and that's why your sign of BA must be 0, because you're putting this x is nothing but the a constants. Okay? So I can say your BA must be m pi, whereas the m is another constant which varies from 0, 1 to up to infinity. So I can find this is nothing but the m pi by a. Now I have got a, I have got b. I can put all these values in my equation to understand, to analyze that equation. So finally, I can write my Hz is equal to C1 C3 cos of Bx and cos of A pi. ठीक है. You can write that A will be okay. If you don't write, will be okay, because the constant goes into the constant. So substituting A and B, Hz will become C1 C3 cos of m pi by A x cos of n pi by b y. ठीक है. So you can define this as another constant which is nothing but the c. So hz will be c cos of m pi by a x cos of n pi by b y. Now you are assuming that your variations are in the direction of z and they are sinusoidal variation. So you can write your hz is c cos m pi by a x cos of n pi by by e raised to j omega t minus gamma z. Now further, to solve the field components, now this is a very important part. So for this field components, I'm going to find out each and every field component. So first component will be the Ex component. So I'll just write this Ex component here first. Then we are going to find out the Ey component. So this Ex component is equal to minus gamma by h square d of Ez divided by dx minus j omega mu by h square d of hz divided by dy. TE wave के लिए आपका हमेशा Ez component 0 होगा, and that's why if you're writing this will become minus j omega mu h square d of hz dy. ठीक है. So if you put the values of Ex hz component, I'm just solving this one for you, and then for others you can solve that thing. So sorry, this Ex component will be j omega mu by h square. So I'll just write the value of x which I have got here, sorry, hz which I have got there. So minus c cos m pi by a x cos of n pi by b y e raised to j omega t minus gamma z. ठीक है. So and the derivation is with respect to y, so d by dy. So here cos का जो भी आपका with respect to dy, so ये वाला टर्म ऐसे ही रहेगा, और it is with respect to y, so ये वाला, so cos का माइनस साइन होगा, that's why the sign will change, h square c cos of m pi by a x n pi by b, ठीक है, एंड साइन ऑफ n pi by b y e raised to j omega t minus gamma z. Rearranging the terms, hx component I'll find here, sorry, ex component I'll get, that is j omega mu by h square c n pi by b, ठीक है, cos of m pi by a sine of n pi by by, this will be with x sine, ठीक है, e raised to j omega t minus gamma z, ठीक है. So this is the one component which I have find right now, that is ex. If you go for ey, hx and hy, you will get that components. So I'll just summarize all these components now. As you know how to find out, I can write all the components here in one glance, you will get. So hx component which we have find out right now, this, sorry, ex component which we have got, ex is equal to j omega mu by h square into c n pi by b cos of m pi by a x sine of n pi by b e raised to j omega t minus gamma z, ठीक है. So you can write this as this one. Ey component you can write, I'm just giving you the solution, that is minus j omega mu by h square c m pi by b cos of, sorry, m pi by a cos of m pi by ax cos of n pi by b y, here also y will be there, e raised to j omega t minus gamma z. This is another hx component, gamma by h square c m pi by a sine of m pi by b, sorry, this will be a x cos of n pi by b into y e raised to j omega t minus gamma z. And the last component is the hy component, which is minus gamma by h square c n pi by b square cos of m pi by a x sine of n pi by b y e raised to j omega t minus gamma z. So I have analyzed my TE wave to understand how many modes are there, ठीक है. So this is very important when it comes to the mode, ठीक है. So first I'll put the 0 0 mode. If I'm going for the 0 0 mode here, so the TE 0 0 mode. So in this mode, I'll have a m is equal to 0, n is equal to 0. So if you put 0 0, you are having n multiplied with all these things. Take a m multiplied with all these things. So you can say all the components will vanish. You are having ex, ey, hx, hy will be vanish, and this mode does not exist, and that's why you can't say that. What about the TE01 mode? In the TE1, sorry, 101, m will be 0 and n will be 1. So जहां पे भी आपका m 0 है, ये मोड एग्जिस्ट नहीं होगा, ey will not, क्योंकि वो डायरेक्टली मल्टीप्लाइड है, n is equal to 1, ये वो, so I can say my ex and hy exist. So if this mode exists, you can say this particular mode does exist. What about TE10 mode? अगर आप TE10 mode की बात कर रहे हो, तो m is equal to 1 and n is equal to 0. So in this TE10 mode, जहाँ पे भी n मल्टीप्लाइड है वो जीरो हो जाएंगे. एच वाई डज नॉट एग्जिस्ट, ई एक्स डज नॉट एग्जिस्ट, बट your ey and hx exist, and you can say that's why this mode does exist. What about the te11 mode? Now here all the component will exist, क्योंकि आपका m is equal to 0 है, sorry 1 है, और n is equal to 1 है. So you can say this exist and even higher mode exists. ठीक है. सो जैसे टीएम मोड में 0 0 0 1 1 0 डज नॉट एग्जिस्ट, 1 1 के बाद ही एग्जिस्ट हो जाता है, वैसे यहाँ पे सिर्फ 0 0 मोड एग्जिस्ट नहीं करता, 0 1 1 0 1 1 ऑल दैट मोड डज एग्जिस्ट. सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट द TE wave. Now how I am going to find out the dominant mode? So when you say that your mode is a dominant mode, the mode is said to be a dominant mode when the cut-off wavelength assumes or it acquires a maximum value. And what is the cutoff wavelength? Lambda CMN is equal to twice of AB divided by M square B square plus N square A square. So I'll assume each and every mode. So 0 0 does not exist, that's why I'm not going to take that example. So 1 0 1 ke liye this becomes twice AB. Your m is equal to 0, that's why b does not exist, so you'll have a square. So this value will be 2a, sorry, a will get, this will be the 2b. What about the lambda c10? This will be twice ab. Your m does exist and n does not exist, so this will be the, I can say, square root of b square. So 2ab divided by b will be 2a. And for lambda c11, that is t11 mode, आपका क्या हो जाएगा? Twice ab divided by a square plus b square. So if I take the example of rectangular waveguide, यहाँ पे your this side will be the longer side a and this will be the shorter side b. So this is twice of a, sorry this is twice of b. So ये shorter side है तो इसका value कम हो जाएगा. Twice of a is the longer side, that's why this value will be more than this one. And you can imagine this lambda c11 obviously divided by a square by b square, this value will be lesser than these two modes. So by observing this two things, I can conclude that, sorry, so by observing or by investigating these things, I can say my lambda c 10, or I can say TE10 has the maximum value. And that's why in the TE mode, TE10 is the dominant mode. ठीक है. So whenever they asked you to calculate the things for dominant mode, you take this as the dominant mode. ठीक है. And if I do recall some of the things which we have seen, that for phase velocity or something like that, I can say if I want to calculate the phase velocity or the beta is a phase constant, which is nothing but the 2 by lambda g, because it is inside the waveguide. It will be omega square mu epsilon minus omega c square mu epsilon. This will help us to solve the numericals. Phase velocity will be 1 minus lambda 0 by lambda c square, c divided by, and the group velocity c multiplied with 1 minus lambda 0 by lambda c square. ठीक है. And we have seen another relation previously, that is lambda 0 is nothing but the, sorry, lambda g is nothing but the lambda 0 divided by 1 minus lambda 0 by lambda c square. ठीक है. So this is just the revision which we have seen for TM. This is true for TE wave also. So we have finished our analysis of a TE wave. We have finished it completely to understand what will be the field components and what will be the modes does exist in the TE wave. So we'll stop here.